The quack and release onset is, well, it starts with quack. It's all about quack vocal mode. That is extreme twang, about getting nasal buzzing with your sound, causing extra compression that you would never use in singing. So you can use this one, as mentioned before, to build both coordination and strength. It's both a coordination and a resistance training exercise. Onset, okay? It can help you increase your pitch, honestly. And in fact, the increase in pitch means more musculature is getting involved, more resistance. You can switch into head voice at some point when it's too much resistance. Otherwise, you're going to this pure head voice, a light mass. It'll still give you control over that compression and learning how to compress lightly in higher and higher pitches. So it's great for extending your range too. Let's say you build control and strength for high performance compression. Probably a good way to sum it up. You're getting rid of unwanted air. So remember, compression is all about the amount of force being applied to a vocal fold closure. The more force, the more compression. It gets a little edgier. The less, you get more air. And also for some people that tend to squeeze and constrict, when they, especially singing up higher, it'll help you get rid of that. It separates the idea of compression, the feeling of compression, from constriction or squeezing. The best way to train with this is to use it a single note at a time and work your way up in pitch. The best way I've found. Like vowel anchoring, it's mostly on the tongue. So when you compress, it's actually compression rather than squeezing in here to try to get like directly controlling it. You actually use the tongue. Let's use acoustics to get you into quack. So let me show you how to do that. I want you to start with a speech, ah. Okay, now this isn't something you're going to use in singing. I want you to realize that it's not, we don't sing like that. It's great for training for compression though, and control and strength over compression. All right, speech, ah. All of you can do that. If you can't do that, see a doctor. Ah, it's just speech, just an ah. And then what I want you to do is move your tongue up and forward to where it's almost touching the roof of the mouth. It's leaving just enough room for sound to come through, but the entire tongue is coming up and pushing those acoustics all the way to the edge into quack, all the way up to the teeth, all the way up to the nose, in the very front of the mouth. That's quack. Okay, so start in speech, ah, and then raise the tongue up and forward. Notice how this becomes more passive. You're not having to squeeze it shut. This acoustic is causing it to close and get good compression. Okay, now once you have that, I want you to try to sing this. For men, middle C. If you need to, ramp up to the note from below. If you can do it straight on, great. But I know that I've had plenty of students who had to ramp up to it from below just to keep the right position. That's quack. That's not the release side of it. That's just quack. Okay, women, I want you to try that on a G4. That's still inside your chest voice. Can you do that? Okay. So for men, let's try that just above your bridge. Keep that here. Keep it here. Remember, you're starting from below to keep that position the whole way. Okay? So if you can't, definitely try ramping up to the pitch. If you can go straight for it, definitely go straight for it. Sometimes we use a different onset, like an N, because it's right on the tip of the tongue. That can help. So let's say for women. Now try the N. As you're buzzing the front already. Just a little further forward than you would with normal tracking. Okay, so whatever you need to do to get that quack position up to that note, do it. I like ramping up to the note the best. It seems to be able to coordinate it better. Okay, great. Now let's do the full quack and release onset. This actually has a full workflow. That means there's multiple steps involved. So think of it as a slow EA or slow NIE if you start with that on the note. A slow EA, EA. Okay, and we can ramp up to that and then go through the EA. So here's what you do. We're going to start with quack. For men, let's try that on C4. We are already doing that. You can already do that, women. Okay, let's go through 2 steps. From quack with the teeth closed, I want you to open your jaw and stay in quack. So that's It's just like that. It's going to feel weird. It will make the weirdest sounds when we sing, but whatever, it's part of learning. So C4, start with the closed teeth, open the jaw, stay in quack. Don't let it fall back. Don't let your tongue come down with it. Don't let your embouchure drop. It almost sounds more like an eh than an e, but it's really just quack. Neither of those are really a vowel. It's just quack. So for women, okay, that's still quack. Still sounds terrible. It's supposed to. It's a lot more compression than you will ever want to use, but it gives you control and strength and compression. Okay, so make sure you keep your jaw open. And the next step is going to be rolling that vowel back to a nice tuned position. Okay? So just the tongue. The jaw stays, the embouchure stays. So you may have to use a mirror to do this, but let's do that here. Try that again. So for women, let's try that on a G4. You ready? Try that again. Okay, let's try that in head voice range. This is going to get a little different for you. For men. Keep your embouchure up. It's teeth, quack, jaw open, quack, and then tongue slowly moves the vowel back. So for women, try that on a C4. Sorry, C5. Try that again. All right. So you can switch into head voice and keep going, just to give you an example of that. I'm in head voice. But it allows you that light compression up there that we talk about, the squeakiness of the voice, what you're doing in the straw exercises stuff. That control over that comes from quack much more easily than just doing the straw. Okay? So use this just very regularly in your training routine until it starts to become easy for you.